So guys, before we get started, don't forget we do have that amazing discount code thanks to Tier 0 Games going on right now. And all you have to do is put in ZWGames5 to get 5% discount on your total order at tier0games.com. The links will be in the description below. What's up YouTube, Day of Zephyr Wargames. We're here with Michael again, and Michael has built as pure as you can get with Shadows. As he goes through it, he'll explain why. So we're going to roll straight into it and go with it straight from the top.
Alright guys, so going into the monster lineup, 1 Falco, the Shadow engine, 1 Falco, 2 Hedgehog, 1 Squamata, 2 Beast, and 1 Dragon. I felt like this was quite a decent lineup for Shadows. I didn't want it to be too large for this deck, but at the same time, since Construct's just been unbanned at long last, you are finding that you're burning through your Shadow cards a lot faster. So I wanted to keep the lineup a bit, I guess, to a medium size. So I felt this was just right. I may consider playing a second Dragon for the time, but for now, 1's been working pretty well for me. So that's the Shadow lineup so far. And then for the second part of the deck, triple Alistair the Invoker. So I've decided to combine this deck with the Invoked engine, and I just felt like this was sort of the ideal engine to combine it with at this time. I didn't want to combine it with something like Cyber Dragons or Mech Knights because Construct is only back at 1 as opposed to 3, so you don't want to, after you've summoned it for the first time, you don't want to then be locked out of your fusion summons by not being able to summon anything else. So I felt like this engine compensated for that quite nicely. It's a very powerful engine, very consistent, and it gives you access to some very powerful fusions. It can OTK, it can also control through Mechaba, and Alistair has great synergy with your Shadow fusions, being able to increase their attack points as well. So I felt like this was an ideal deck to combine it with. So naturally I'm playing 3 Alistair. Also playing triple Photon Thrasher. This is sort of one of my go-to light targets. A really nice play is to special summon the Thrasher, normal summon Alistair, get your search, go into the Invoked Link, and then you've set yourself up for a Mechaba right off the bat. So it's very, very good, and just being able to swarm the board is really, really good. So I'm playing 3 of those, and then I'm playing triple Pancratops. As you probably saw in one of my other videos, I'm a big fan of this card. I absolutely love that it can out many, many things and swarm the board, and the fact that you can use its Fetch in the opponent's turn as well puts added pressure on the board, and it's very, very powerful. And also an Earth target, if that ever comes up.
Check plus Mechaba.
Yeah.
Oh, bad day.
Then for hand traps, playing triple Ash Blossom. Pretty standard for the most part.
Get you into that Purgatory.
Yep. And then double Effect Veiler. I'm only playing 2 as opposed to 3 because the deck is at 40 cards and I didn't want to really want to go above that, but you can absolutely play 3 if you want. I just felt like this was very, very useful to have. And as I mentioned in my other video, I prefer this much more to Ghost Ogre. So playing 2 of those. And then last 2 monsters in the deck are BLS and Dark Arm Dragon.
OG Dark Arm Dragon.
Yeah, just powerful boss monsters, and due to the invocation, you're able to control your graveyard dark count quite easily. So I felt like Dark Arm was very, very useful to have in the deck. And of course, BLS is just incredible. I felt like BLS was better to have in the deck than the newly unbanned Chaos Emperor Dragon, just because of that horrible errata they put onto it, where you can't use its effect unless it's the only effect you've used that turn. So I just felt like BLS was more useful in a pinch. Yeah. So that's it for the monster lineup. Moving on to spells. Of course, playing triple Shadow Fusion and 1 L Fusion. I felt like this didn't come up as often as maybe some of the other fusion spells, so I opted just to go for 1, but having 1 is very useful, and the off chances that you do happen to go first with this deck, being able to set up a window after they've special summoned the first time is very powerful, so very good. And the Shadow Fusion goes without saying. Then for the Invoke side, triple Magical Meltdown, being able to grab your Alistair and also safeguard your fusion summons, very powerful.
Fusion summons in general as well, not just Invoke.
Yeah, absolutely. Then 2 Invocation, and 1 Book of the Law. So that's it for the fusion, the Invoked lineup.
Worst case scenario as well, you can always use Invocation to go into one of your Shadows. So.
Absolutely. Then I'm playing triple Call by the Grave. Again, you're doing a ton of searching in this deck, and you're also summoning, you're also sending resources from the deck with Shadow Fusion, so you don't want to be hit by an Ash Blossom or a Veiler or a Droll or whatever. So this just helps protect that and ensures that your plays connect. So very useful, very powerful card. Then I'm playing double Mind Control. Obviously, this is a card you see a lot of Invoked players trying out. Just a very, very good card for being able to steal your opponent's monster and go into a fusion summon, or even just linking away. Very, very powerful.
Bait out any of their issues as well.
Very good as well, yeah. I was going back and forth whether or not to play Instant Fusion or Mind Control, and the Instant Fusion would be able to go into something like Thousand Eyes Restrict or Millennium Eyes. But I just felt like Mind Control's a bit more powerful, and the extra deck was really tight, so in the end...
This is better option, yeah.
So 2 of those, and then for the 1-ofs, Foolish Burial, Monster Reborn, and Super Poly.
All straightforward.
Yeah, I think these are all straightforward. Monster Reborn might seem kind of strange for an Invoked deck, but I kind of want to reuse Construct, and this is also just great for getting back maybe Pancratops, or maybe reviving a used Mecha Bell or something. There was a really cool play I did against Sky Striker where I stole their Ray, I overlaid with it, and they just ran over their Link and they just couldn't do anything with that, so there were some nice things there. And the Super Poly is just to out some problem monsters the opponent might put on the board. This also really works well with either a Shadow monster or with Alistair. So
best of both worlds.
Yeah, best of both worlds, and also being able to out the board of multiple Thunder Dragon Colossus, as you'll see from the extra deck. So very good. So that's it for the main deck. That's 40 cards. Moving on to the extra deck. Of course, playing
one Construct.
The El Shaddai Construct at long last. I think it's self-explanatory.
Yeah. She was gone far too long.
Absolutely. Double Winder. Just additional control and being able to limit the opponent's options. Very powerful. And then the last Shadow Fusion I'm playing is one Shekanaga, so I am playing Pancratops. I find it really difficult to fit some more Shadow Fusions in the deck, because the fusion monsters into the deck, because you are playing some Invoked Fusions and you want to play some Link monsters as well, so you are really limited. But I felt like this was just the right lineup. But I may try perhaps dropping one Winder and trying out some, maybe Grista or something. But this has been working out pretty well for me. So now for the Invoked side of the deck, the extra deck, that's 2 Mechaba. Pretty standard for the most part. This is probably your go-to Invoked monster. Being able to just lock down the opponent and banish their monsters as well, all their cards. Very powerful. And then 1 Purgatrio. I am playing, of course, playing Ash Blossom, so very great card, very useful card for OTKing and just getting cheap wins, I guess, through Alistair and things like that. It's very good. 1 Megalanica and 1 Caliga.
Caliga plus Winder.
Yeah, originally I wasn't actually playing Caliga, but I found since I am playing a large dark lineup with the Shadows, I felt like there was a lot of times to go into this, so I felt like I'd try one out, and it's been working pretty well so far. And the last fusion is Starving Venom, just out through Super Poly, just out the Thunder Dragon boards. So very good card to have. And going into the Link side of the deck, that's the Invoked Link, Alistair the Invoker. Very powerful card, especially being able to grab your Book of the Law, lead to a lot more of OTKs, and just maybe grabbing a second Invocation if need be. So very good card. So it might be a little weird, but I'm playing 1 Lanfarincus. And this is just, it's a light monster as well, but it's also just to free up the extra deck zone and give me 2 additional zones.
Yeah.
Very good. Then 1 Nightmare Phoenix, just to out more back row and perhaps more floodgates. And also give me access to a fire monster. 1 Deco Talker. Again, for the similar reasons to Lanfarincus, but also to generate additional attack points, which can lead to a lot of OTKs. And the last monster in the extra deck is 1 Borreload, just to out the opponent's Borreload. So that's it for the main deck and the extra deck. As I mentioned, I did try. As soon as I saw Construct coming off the list, my immediate instinct was to go back to a pure version, but I found it very difficult to do so. I felt like you needed to combine the Shadow engine with something else, just to give it that added consistency. It's a shame, really. It just feels like the game's evolved to such a stage where Construct on its own is just not enough. Even if it came back to 3, I felt like we'd be in the same situation. But by all means, if you disagree, try it out for yourselves, see what works for you.
See what you can get.
Yeah.
I think that's the good thing about Shadows now, is it was being used as a minimalistic engine just for the Winder play, and now it can be used for a more aggressive engine with Construct. As you can see, with the Dinos, there's less involvement of Shadows, but in this version, the Shadows are more prominent. and of course are very, very powerful and useful. However, I still think that Construct is a great card to have back, and alongside the Invoked, they could really cause quite a lot of issues. So it'll be nice to see how this goes forward and what kind of style build or engine it pushes forward to the top cuts. But for now, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and as always, guys, happy dueling. What's up, YouTube? Dad here from Zephyr Wargames. Thanks for watching that video. If you liked it, please hit that big thumbs up button in the bottom corner as well. And don't forget to hit the big red subscribe button so you don't miss out on anything. Make sure you click that notification bell as well so you know every time one of our new videos goes up. Throughout the whole year of 2019, we're going to have more deck profiles, duels, and of course pack openings for you guys to watch and enjoy the entire year round. So stay tuned for more, and as always guys, happy dueling.